Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome again to Omaha, Nebraska here, Charles Schwab Field. We are here to provide coverage of Michigan baseball under the lights for their second game against 8-seeded Penn State, who upset number 1 Illinois. And both of these teams are fighting for a spot, not only for an off day tomorrow, but for a spot in the Big Ten semifinals. A lot at stakes here under the lights here in Omaha. It should be a fun one in store. Michigan, the road team in this one, they will be up first. I'm TJ Fossmeyer. Alongside me here in the booth, it's Coby Segal. Yesterday we had a fun pitcher's duel extra innings game against Iowa. Brody Brecht absolutely dominated on the mound, kept Michigan's offense at bay, but Iowa's bullpen down the stretch faltered in a walk-off walk by Mitch Voit. It was a fun one, and they were eliminated earlier today by 1-seeded Illinois. So we will run you through Michigan's lineup as we go, and good news and bad news for some of our viewers. It is all humans, no aliens in the lineup. 1, 2, 3 for the Michigan order. AJ Garcia, playing left field today, and followed by Jonathan Kim playing center field, and Steven Rustich in right.
Did you say no aliens?
Somebody asked, is ET in the starting lineup?
Oh, ET.
No aliens in the lineup for both teams today. So we will get underway. On the mound for the Nittany Lions is senior pitcher Jaden Henling, often the secondary starter behind Linsman, who pitched yesterday in the great win against the Illini. We will get underway. AJ Garcia steps into the plate, 0 for 5 yesterday. The lefty steps in. Here comes the first pitch. That is away for a ball. First pitch, 7:24, 1 minute ahead of schedule.
In this pitching matchup, Jaden Henline for Penn State.
1-1 pitch, 1-0 pitch falls into the zone to make it 1-1.
And for Jaden Henline, he's not going to walk a lot of guys, but he is susceptible to giving up some damage.
Comes the even count pitch. Garcia thought about it, pulled back. It was out of the zone. He's ahead 2-1.
Garcia, this is someone who walks a lot, someone who does not walk people.
That next pitch way out of the zone, 3-1 count, and you don't see that patience too much from freshman bats in college, but AJ Garcia, who inherited the leadoff spot in the middle of the season, has really gotten patient. Now the count runs full, 3-2. Good fight between Garcia and Henline to open up the game.
It'll be really important to score early for the Wolverines. Penn State bullpen's pretty solid.
Full count pitch. Big swing and a miss from AJ Garcia, and that's the first punch out for Henline and one batter seen. And Jonathan Kim will follow up.
That's a rare strikeout. Wolverines strike out most in the Big Ten.
First pitch to Kim, it falls into the zone for a strike. Henline looking good so far. Jonathan Kim had an early season injury, was replaced by Garcia in his typical center field leadoff spot. But throughout the month of May, that pitch is fouled back off the suites here at Charles Schwab Field. Kim returned to the starting lineup as the May stretch of the season started and has not looked back since. So here's the 0-2 pitch on the way. Big swing and a miss, and Henline sees two, fans two as well, but the big bat and Steven Rustich will step in.
And what a start for Jaden Henline. Just 31 strikeouts coming in, but he has fanned 2 Michigan hitters here today, and 2 lefties, might I add, as he is a a righty on the mound.
And Rustich steps in, stifled by Brecht yesterday, however, scored on the 2-run wild pitch that kept the Wolverines in the game yesterday. He takes that first pitch into the zone for a strike. Good breaking ball from Henline. Next pitch, just outside of the zone for a ball to even it up 1-1. Rustich struck out twice yesterday. The next pitch falls into the zone. 1-2 count.
Wolverines definitely of velocity difference from what they're facing. Going from facing 96, now here 91.
Big swing and a miss. Henline, have yourself a first frame. 3 batters, 3 punch outs. And the Nittany Lions look to continue momentum and certainly off to a good start.
Yeah, and these Nittany Lions, the 8 seed coming in, they upset the number 1 seed. They upset the number 1 seed Illinois, and they have not looked back since the start of this one.
No, certainly not. So the Wolverines will trot onto the field. Chase Allen will get the start, and that's what me and Coby were talking about over the last day or so. Who was going to start following Barr? We thought Voit was a possibility. Nonetheless, Allen gets the nod. In this one, he has a 7.35 ERA and 60 innings of work, even 30 on both strikeouts and walks, as well as balanced a starting and a bullpen role throughout the season as well. In his last start, however, he struggled against Indiana in only 2 innings of work, allowed 7. So looking to bounce back after a poor start a couple weeks ago. We'll run you around the horn for the Wolverines, and if you listen to yesterday's coverage, it's the usual suspects all around. Voit at first, Timbrook at second, Darnetti, who has started every game at shortstop, is at short, and then Caruso at third, and then from left to right in the outfield is Garcia, Kim, and Rustich, with Rogers sharing the battery with Chase Allen.
And this Michigan defense was very, very important in the last night's game, especially on the left side of the field. Cole Caruso at third base made an outstanding play in a throw to cut down the go-ahead run from Iowa, and Kyle Darnetti, the anchor of this defense, made some remarkable plays at shortstop, just so steady over there. And A.J. Garcia, who's played center field for most of the season, is in left. So a luxury defensive team.
However, the outfield will have a challenge. The shadows are creeping in, especially in left and center field, so that'll be a challenge for Garcia and Kim. We will get underway in the bottom of the first. We will be led off by Joe Jakonski. Takes that first pitch for a strike, swings and whiffs at that one. He is playing first base, been the perennial starter there all season. A solid season, hitting just under 300. Next pitch is fouled back for an 0-2 count.
And this Penn State team can hit. That is their calling card, and you waste no time with the top of the lineup.
Jakonski fouled that down the left field line, out of play. We'll do it again, 0-2 count, and you're exactly right. That 8 seed, do not let that deceive you. This team can hit, with the likes of Jakonski leading off and JT Marr as well.
Their on-base percentage as a team is over 400. One of 2 teams in the Big Ten, along with Illinois.
Those two, along with Ciceri, can really hit. Ciceri had a great game yesterday that we will talk about in a moment. He hits third. Next pitch in the dirt for a ball to make it a 1-2 count. Allen will check the wristband, step onto the rubber, will deliver. Swing and a miss from Jakonski, and 4 batters seen total in this game have been fanned, and I think, at least as of now, that is the opposite of what we expected you know, yesterday was a pitcher's duel, Michigan-Iowa, and we would have expected 4 straight strikeouts opening the game. I did not think we were going to see it in this one.
Yes, especially from 2 pitchers who their game is not to strike people out, but that's how it's gone so far.
So JT Marr will step in, and he is one of the most formidable hitters in the Big Ten. He is 6th nationally in batting average and 2nd in the Big Ten. He has 1.73 hits a game as he takes that pitch for a ball. Now a 2-0 count. Just a remarkable hitter at the plate.
And he's the DH today, catches 2. To have a catcher be that potent offensively, hitting second is real big boost.
Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Into the dirt for a ball, 3-0 count.
Do not want to walk him. Siri on deck. Not someone you want to face with guys on base.
Next pitch. Way outside. Forward pitch walk drawn to JT Marr. And as Adam Sasiri will step in, he's got a runner on first. And as I alluded to earlier, he had a great game against Illinois yesterday. A 3 RBI performance that included a home run in a right center field. Looking to continue that offensive spark here in Omaha. He's got some help with Marr on first. First, he takes that first pitch down the left field line. It is deep. Looks like it is stuck in the wall. Marr will round third, headed for home. The throw is not in time. So Cicieri, well, they will send Marr back to third. It looks like that was stuck on the wall. Garcia could not have made a fair play on that one, so they will send Marr back to third. So Siri will stay at second. That's a break for the Wolverines. And that's what I thought initially. I was confused. I thought it was gone over the wall, but that was stuck right where the bullpen door is. So that's a big break for the Wolverines.
Yeah, and it looks like Mike Gambino's coming out to argue. I think he's probably arguing that Garcia got out of the wall pretty easily.
Yeah, he got that quick.
Yeah.
So that argument by Coach Gambino to no success. Marr will stand on third. Sasiri on second, but the cleanup hitter, however, in Marsh will step in. Had a great freshman campaign last season for Penn State. All Big Ten third team and all freshman team last season. It's a great Big Ten average. Takes that first pitch, fouled into Will Rogers' glove for a strike, 0-1 count. So 2 runners in scoring position early for Penn State. Big challenge for Chase Allen. Next pitch, ripped into left field. Garcia is chasing. Will make the catch in shallow left field. Keeps Marr at bay at third. The runners stay put at second and third, and that is a big second out.
Yeah, a key play. He goes off-speed pitch, swing and miss, goes to the same pitch, and Garcia takes a little bit of a wide route, but still gets the play, and that's too shallow for Marr to score on.
Stepping in now for the Nittany Lions is Grant Norris. Chardonnay has been at shortstop all year. Former transfer from Duke. Takes that first pitch low and away for a ball, 1-0, I should say. Marr at third, Sasiri on second, with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. The 1-0 pitch cannot find the zone. 2-0 now.
Grant Norris, shortstop with a lot of power, 14 homers.
So the battery will take a quick visit. The command seems to be a little off, and Rogers, the fellow pitcher himself, looks to dial in his teammate in Allen.
And with Bryce Molinar on deck in the first inning, this is not a situation where I think you would want to walk the bases loaded.
Certainly would not. So the 2-0 pitch just misses the zone to run the count 3-0. Rogers really wanted that call. So here comes the 3-0 pitch. That does find the zone. 3-1 count now. And as you said, Coby, Bryce Molinaro is on deck, due up. Here comes the pitch. It's big swing and a miss to run the count full, 3-2. Good aggression from Allen on the mound. So Norris is ready. Here comes the pitch from Allen, and that is popped up. Shouldn't be in play for Voit, who stands under it right in front of the Michigan dugout, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. Great pitching from Allen to get out of the jam, and we are still at a 0-0 ball game.
Some key pitches for Chase Allen there. That looks dicey after a walk and a double, but that almost scored a run. But Chase Allen gets two pop-ups, and he's out of the inning. And let's see if the Wolverines can put some pressure on Henline here.
And we will see 4, 5, 6 for the Wolverines. Colin Priest, Mitch Voit, who came up big yesterday in a 2-for-3 performance and was very patient at the plate in the bottom of the 10th to score the winning run. It was an unconventional walk-off, but nonetheless a win's a win, especially here in Omaha in the Big Ten tournament. And then Voit will be followed by Mac Timbrook.
That's true. A win is a win, especially, I mean, even more so when you look at a team like Iowa, who lost 2 heartbreakers, two
extra innings.
Extra innings, yeah, just heartbreakers. So you win, you live another day.
Well, they had
not apologize
Nope.
for winning.
Yep, they had a quick trip. Only 4 hours from here to Iowa City. We, in fact, passed by their bus on the way here.
We did. It's an easy drive, except if there is a tornado in the middle of your drive.
That's true, yeah. Well, we survived, and we're here for Michigan's 2nd game in the tournament. At least guaranteed 2 games following yesterday's win. Colin Priest, the cleanup hitter, will step in, and boy, has he made an impact for the Wolverines as a freshman. Named to the all-freshman team, already has the Michigan freshman home run record at 11. Takes that first pitch into the zone for a strike, so Henline really finding the zone early.
Henline starts him off with a breaker.
He takes that pitch deep into center field, going back on it. He will make the catch in center, and that is Kelly. I thought that was going to be his 12th. Nonetheless, about 2 steps away from the warning track, and that is a towering 1st out of the inning. Mitch Voit will step in to follow.
You can see why he did not want to throw him a fastball as he did on that 2nd pitch, because he sent that one almost out of here.
First pitch does find the zone for a strike. And here at Omaha, it's 408 dead center. That's a long trip out there. Next pitch again finds the zone, and Voit quickly down 0-2.
I think in right center it's even a little bit longer.
Yeah, weird dimensions here. And Mitch Voit, that's off the. That's weird. Off the end of the bat, right into Henline's fielding area, and that'll be the second out of the inning.
It looked like it went off the handle because at first I thought it hit him, but the way it bounced, it must have gotten off, or the knob.
It's an odd, with the knob of the bat there. It's an odd sequence. Yeah, I thought that hit him. Nonetheless, Mac Timbrook will step in for the Wolverines. The team leader in average, pretty much has been all season, hitting .306. Good eye at the plate for the first pitch, as that one was at the feet. 1-0 count. The grad transfer from Kent State. He's had a great Big Ten season. In April, hit .455 in conference games. However, took a little bit of a hit as it hit one tick under .350. This pitch popped up in the third base foul territory, and that'll be the third out of the inning by Molinaro. And then 3 quick outs for the Wolverines. Jaden Henline really attacking the zone early on. We're still at a nothing ball game as we move into the bottom of the second.
Yeah, 2 real quick innings in for Penn State. That's definitely very welcome, considering like Michigan, like many teams, pitching depth is not their strength, and considering they want Henline to go probably as long as possible. I mean, as long as he keeps him in the game, because yesterday the freshman Mason Horwat pitched 3 innings out of relief, and he's probably their most trusted bullpen piece. Him and Anthony Steele closed it out against Illinois, and maybe they try to use that same formula, but they would like to maybe save their arms for later in the tournament. But Horwat went back-to-back last week. He had 1-day rest week before, so he seems to be a potential arm to watch for Penn State.
Yeah, exactly. Both teams have to balance the win now approach and the save for later in a potential elimination game next for the loser of this game. The loser of this game will face Illinois tomorrow, and the winner of this game has secured themselves a spot in the semifinals. First pitch by Allen in the dirt for a ball. This is to Bryce Molinaro, the redshirt freshman, playing third base today. Transfer from St. John's, did not get much playing time there, so transferred to State College and certainly coming to his own. Takes that next pitch for a strike, 1-1 count. The next pitch is fouled back towards our direction, about 100 feet below us.
This Penn State lineup, there are no breaks up and down the lineup. Everyone hits.
And Molinaro riding a 15-game hitting streak. Certainly impressive for the redshirt freshman. Count runs now to 2-2. So Allen will get set and deliver. Fouled back. Lucky to get a piece of that one. He looked to be way ahead of the breaking ball. And we'll do it again, 2-2. So here comes the 2-2 pitch. That does in fact find the zone. That is Allen's first punch out of the game against Molinaro, the formidable freshman hitter. And that's a big out, number 1.
Yeah, great hits from Chase Allen. Just freezes him, starts outside the zone, then travels inside the zone, and Molinaro couldn't pull the trigger. Maybe a little high. He probably thought it was high.
So first pitch to Matt Maloney is fouled down the third base line out of play. And Matt Maloney, the junior catcher, him and JT Marr split DHing and catching for this team. He's, in fact, the catcher in this one. Marr caught in the first game against Illinois yesterday. Next pitch is down into left field for a base hit down the line. It'll look to be extra bases. Garcia takes a weird hop off the wall, stumbles a little bit. Maloney thought about turning three, holds it back, and that is Penn State's second double on the day early on. And there's a runner in scoring position for Penn State with one out in the bottom of the second, top of the second.
And that's twice where the Penn State lefties, first Cecere and that time Maloney, just lining one the other way down the left field line. Lots of power to all fields.
Taven Kelly will step in. Got a unique ability to hit triples. Top 5 in Penn State history already, and was a fifth year. Led nationally last season. Doesn't need a triple to score the runner at second. As he rips that to Caruso, who's unable to make the play. That's into left field for a base hit, and again Garcia unable to play that. Garcia will make the throw at second. The run will score in Maloney, and Penn State is up 1-0. Garcia struggling early on in left field. As that hit likely would have kept Maloney at third, but the bobble by Garcia allows him to make the run for home, and Penn State's up 1-0.
Yeah, and that ball, it was hit really hard just to left of Caruso, couldn't pick it, and then Garcia just kind of loses it. And then instead of throwing home, throws to second, but that's certainly a break for Penn State.
So Kevin Michaels will step in following the RBI double. That's actually scored an error on Garcia's part. Next pitch, way out in front of the breaking ball is Michaels. To even it up 1-1. Nasty breaking ball from Allen. So that run will be unearned on Allen's part. That pitch fouled by Michaels right in front of Rogers. And Allen's ahead 1-2. Still one out here in the bottom of the second. Kelly at second. Michaels playing second base in this one. He fouls that one in the left field over the Michigan dugout. Great catch by that fan.
In Michaels' transfer from St. John's, and really towards the end of the season is when he's cemented himself in this lineup.
He replaced Hannon in the lineup. That next pitch just misses the zone to run the count even 2-2. That looked like that was in the zone from up here. We'll do it at a 2-2 count.
Yeah, Will Rogers wanted. He kind of
he wanted that
pump
one.
fake back to the pitcher.
Next pitch. Fouled back again, and we'll do it again 2-2.
And Michaels, I mean, not your prototypical 9-hitter. He's a 430 on base percentage, so just up and down this lineup.
Yep.
It does not stop.
They could certainly hit. Here comes the next pitch from Allen. That is grounded up the middle. Darnetti makes the play, throws it over to first. That's a big second out to prevent the run and Kelly from scoring. That looked like to be a cone play there on Darnetti. And he has made a series of defensive plays here in Omaha that has saved multiple runs
Yeah.
in the Wolverines' favor.
Yesterday he made 2 going to his right. That time he makes 1 going to his left. Just a really, really nice play. Darnetti's been.
And that's why he's gotten the nod in every game this season, the only Wolverine to do so. And the lineup card will flip over for Penn State. Joe Jakonski will step in. That first pitch from Allen is out for a ball, 1-0. Kelly stands on third, 90 feet away from expanding the lead to 2-0 Penn State here in the bottom of the second. That breaking ball by Allen misses the zone. 2-0 count.
And that's a couple breaking balls that have missed high.
Two-0 pitch is rifled to Timbrook at second, who fumbles it, but nonetheless collects it in time for the third out of the inning. So the Wolverines strand a runner on third through Allen's pitching. And we'll keep things at a 1-0 ball game as we move into the third. Penn State has the lead. And Henline trots onto the mound. We will see if he can continue his great performance in this one. Really aggressive, hitting the zone early is the senior Penn State pitcher. So we will see how he fares against the bottom 3 of the lineup, Caruso, Rogers, and Darnetti.
For Penn State, they got 1 run. It was unearned, but they had some hard contact.
Yeah, that ground ball to Timbrook on that last play, that was a hard hit, which is why Timbrook fumbled that one at first, but he was lucky to collect that in time for the third out.
Yeah, the 3 hits for Penn State have not been cheapies. Two liners on left field line, 1 that ate up Caruso.
Even Garcia in left has struggled feeling some of these hard hit balls that have gotten to him. The lefties have really dominated Allen so far. So again for the Wolverines, Caruso up 0 for 3 yesterday. Rogers was 0 for 4. But however, he has heated up before the tournament. Second in the Big Ten in the last 10 games with a .348 batting average. So the Wolverines will look for him to heat up yet again and come up big for the Wolverines here in the second game of the tournament here in Omaha. So Cole Caruso approaches the plate, and we will get underway here in the top of the third. Here comes Cole Caruso. First pitch. Fouled out of play on the first base side. So 0-1 count. To Cole Caruso, hitting .250 on the season. One of the team leaders in RBIs. Has the moonshot ability. Breaks the play in on that swing as he tries to pull back. 0-2 count now to Caruso. Henlines really looked dialed in early in this one. Next pitch does not find the zone, up and in. 1-2 count.
Last 3 or so seasons, Henline has been a very reliable pitcher.
Next pitch does find the zone for a strike. Henline looks dialed in on the mound for the Nittany Lions. Will Rogers stands in. That is Henline's 4th strikeout of the day, and we're only in the third.
Yeah, and for his career, just been really, really steady pitcher. Consistently gets 60 innings, doesn't walk people.
First pitch, misses the zone for a ball. Next pitch by Rogers is rifled into center field for a base hit, and that is a single for Will Rogers, and the Wolverines get on the board with a hit. Will Rogers finally gets a hit here in Omaha after heating up to end Big Ten play.
And that's first base runner for the Wolverines.
So Kyle Darnetti will step in with a runner on first. And that's Henline's first base runner of the game through 2 1/3. So great showing on the mound from the senior. Here comes the 0-1 pitch from Henline. Darnay showed bunt and pulled back in time to make it a 2-0 count. Darnetti's been as reliable as it gets for the Wolverines. He's been an on-base machine, 375, and is very capable of getting the free pass. 25 walks, 14 hit by pitches on the season. Next pitch is a ball, 3-0. Great patience from the grad transfer from Oregon State. Henline delivers. That does find the zone, 3-1.
Wolverines want to attack Henline before they get into that bullpen.
Certainly the Wolverines' best chance at doing so with Rogers on first. Rogers will run. He will get the free pass. Well, it won't matter, actually. Darnetti draws a walk, and there's 2 on as the lineup card flips over, and Dylan Stanton will step in for A.J. Garcia, so that's a quick change on the part of Tracy Smith. So Dylan Stanton will be in left, I assume would be in left field for the rest of the game and anchor that leadoff spot. Interesting choice here early on.
Especially because Stanton is a righty and
Garcia lefty.
Yeah, Garcia lefty, so you wonder maybe that that defensive play in the inning had something to do with it, but
that's the first time I've seen. I mean, that's the first big mistake from Garcia all tournament long, and especially for the freshman. Odd decision from Coach Tracy Smith. Stanton will take that first pitch into the zone for a strike. Dylan Stanton, the senior from Richland, Michigan, hitting just under 250 on the season. 1 home run, 15 RBIs. Was a pivotal player last weekend at Indiana, drawing a few hits in his limited playing time in Bloomington. Next pitch does fall into the zone for a strike, and he's quickly down 0-2. Interesting decision.
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, I don't want to speculate about injury of some sort, but who knows?
Yeah, Garcia on the top step of the dugout. Looks fine to me up here. Stanton, good eye. That pitch was low and away. 1-2 count to Dylan Stanton.
Regardless, with Stanton or Garcia, this is a big spot.
Big spot with 1 out, 2 on for the Wolverines. Henline delivers. Big swing and a miss from Dylan Stanton. Henline's 5th strikeout on the day. And that comes in a huge spot with 2 on.
Yeah, now it's up to Kim. Now they got the lefty-righty matchup.
Favorable matchup at the plate here. Jonathan Kim will step in. Struck out in his first plate appearance. Went 2 for 4 yesterday and scored a run. Great game yesterday. Here comes the first pitch. Kim thought about it, pulled back in time as that pitch missed the zone for a ball. Rogers on second, Darnetti at first, Kim at the plate. Henline looks back to Rogers, will deliver. That pitch just inside the zone. Kim not a huge fan of that call. So we'll do it at a 1-1 count.
Yeah, I think both calls was not happy, or that call at least.
Here comes the 1-1 pitch. That's a big cut by Kim. He's quickly down 1-2. Try to get to that breaking ball, but way behind that one.
Yeah, Kim went down on one knee.
Fooled on that one. Looks to recover after that. Here comes the pitch from Henline. That's another big cut. His second time sat down. Henline looks great through 3. His 6 punch-outs on the game. And the Nittany Lions preserve their lead 1-0 as we move into the bottom of the 3rd. And that was the Wolverines' greatest scoring chance of the game so far. And we will see Stanton trot out of the dugout. He will man left field. That's an interesting choice. Because Garcia, even when that first hit, that double, would have been RBI double that was called back due to field interference, he played that very well. And then, then he had that bobble following that initial play. That's what likely took him out of the game. Still interesting choice nonetheless. With Henline, the righty, I think you'd want more lefty presence in the lineup. And especially this early into the game. Garcia sees one and then sees the bench this early.
Yeah, there's been a couple. I think that obviously the bobble is one play, but in the first game against Iowa, there was a play, maybe some miscommunication between him and Kim, but I mean, he had that throw, that awesome throw to kind of save the game, and also hitting wise.
Yeah, it was 0 for 4 yesterday.
But hitting wise, I think you'd rather have the lefty up there than the righty, but I guess we don't. I mean, it's possible there was.
Well, certainly
an injury of some sort, so who knows?
Yeah, I'm not sure about the injury, and even if the freshman's confidence as well, certainly doesn't help. So we will see JT Mars step in to start the inning. We'll see 2-3-4 for the Nittany Lions, and it is arguably their most dangerous hitter. So this is a challenge for Chase Allen. Again, JT Mar hitting .423 on the season. Takes that first pitch down the line, foul on the first base side. He's had 27 multi-hit games, leads the team in average hits and RBIs. Named to the Big Ten second team this season. He's had a phenomenal season. So the 0-1 pitch is on its way. And that is ripped into right center field. Rustich hones in for the first out of the inning.
That's another out, but that was hit pretty well too. They're kind of scoring up Chase Allen, but Rustich and right, very, very steady graduate student. Takes a very great angle to that one.
Michigan's defense has looked phenomenal early on in Omaha. First pitch to Adam Cicieri is a ball. 1-0 count. Darnetti shades over to the other side of the bag, and Timbrook playing shallow right. Next pitch does not find the zone. 2-0.
Like Kurt Bar yesterday, Wolverines need Chase Allen to keep them in this one.
That pitch popped up down the third base line. Caruso chasing after it, will fall right in between Stanton and Caruso. And here at Charles Schwab Field, and as you said it yesterday, it is a Oakland Coliseum-esque foul territory. A lot of room to work with for the corner infielders and outfielders.
Yeah, that ball kind of in no man's land Stanton shaded way over to the right. Hard for him to get there. And then Caruso, that's just such a hard angle. He's shaded to the right, too, and then you're also running backwards. So it's really hard to tell where that's going to go.
So the 2-1 pitch misses zone to make it 3-1. And in any other stadium in the Big Ten, that would have been out of play without a question. But here in Omaha, any foul ball is likely in play. Nonetheless, 3-1 pitch. Fouled back to run the count full, 3-2.
And this is a situation you do not want to walk this here. You cannot afford to walk people against this dangerous lineup.
Marsh is on deck, the cleanup hitter. And that pitch does not find the zone. Ball 4. Sasiri will take the free pass with the cleanup hitter now at the plate. Bobby Marsh will step in. Flew out to left field in his first plate appearance, but he has a runner on here with 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd. Fouls that first pitch back near the Penn State dugout, 0-1.
With 1 out, Siri, 7 for 9 this season. Stolen bases, taking an aggressive secondary lead though with 1 out. Do not want to ground into double play.
That pitch misses the zone, 1-1. And that's what Michigan does so well. Leads the nation in double plays at 61, had 2 yesterday. Now ahead of College of Charleston, Allen looks for the pickoff attempt. And we'll do it again, 1-1 count with a runner on first.
Yeah, before that, Sasiri kind of faked to second there.
Yeah, he's still faking Allen out. Allen will bite. No avail there. We'll do it again. 1-1 count with 1 out. 1 runner on first here in the bottom of the 3rd. Allen checks the wristband. Will deliver to Bobby Marsh. Here it comes. That pitch popped up. Cole Caruso shades under that one in fair territory. He will make the play for the 2nd out of the inning.
It's a big out. You get past the lefties, and while Grant Norris is still very, very dangerous, a little bit easier righty on righty.
Yep. Grant Norris will step in. 2 outs with a runner on for the Nittany Lions. First pitch by Allen. Finds the zone. 0-1 count, and that's all you want from Allen moving forward. First pitch strikes, get ahead early.
Yeah, paints that one with the breaking ball.
Next pitch does find the zone. Allen ahead, 0-2.
Back-to-back breaking balls painted. Perfect start to the at-bat.
So Omaha will turn dark now. No shadows to contend with. Here comes the 0-2 pitch by Allen. That will just miss the zone. 1-2 count.
First, Sasiri kind of faked ran again. Will Rogers definitely eyes on him at first.
So Siri looks to dart for second, way out. Made a really late decision to take the bag. Will Rogers punishes him for that one, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. Questionable base running by the Nittany Lions cost them, and we are still at a 1-0 ball game.
Will Rogers saw that one right away. He did not go on the pitch. He may have saw the ball bounce in the
He tried,
a little bit.
I think he was trying to catch Rogers lacking because he seemed to celebrate. He thought it was a strike. I think Rogers thought it was a strikeout. trying to catch Rogers lacking. Odd base running from Cesiri. Nonetheless, the Wolverines keep this thing at a 1-0 ball game as we move into the heart of Michigan's order. 3-4-5 due up next as they look to claw back the Nittany Lion lead, break into Henlines. So far, dominance in this one.
Yeah, he's been. He already has in this game already has 6 strikeouts through 3 innings.
6 strikeouts, only 1 walk and 1 hit through 3 total, and on 40 pitches as well. So he's done it at a relatively efficient clip.
Yeah, and that ties his I think it ties. No, that is his season high in strikeouts because his previous high was 5 against Minnesota. He did 2022. He pitched a complete game against Michigan State. Not a complete game shutout, but complete game. We had 6 strikeouts, but that is his season high. So pretty good.
So Rustich will settle in to lead off this 4th inning. Takes that first pitch into the zone for a strike. And funny thing to note about Henline's pitching, it looks like he falls just about every time he pitches. That pitch is in the dirt for a ball. My heart kind of drops anytime he strides towards the plate. It looks like he's just going to take a tumble. Nonetheless, that's been effective all game. 1-1 count. Here comes the pitch. Fouled back down the first base line, out of play. There's, even in this Penn State Michigan game, there's a sizable Nebraska contingent here. Now Lincoln's very close. Rustich will take that into right center field. A diving catch in right field by Cesiri. What a play in right field to save a potential extra base hit. He certainly made up for that one for the odd base running decision in the last frame by that diving catch. What a play.
He gives Michigan an out on the base paths previous inning, and he steals a single or a double for Rustich.
Adam Cesiri, what a play out and right. Colin Priest will take the first pitch deep to right field, foul.
And you were saying before this game that you wanted to see a Colin Priest bomb.
I thought I had it there. I do want to see a Colin Priest bomb. Any day I want to see a Colin Priest bomb. So here comes the 0-1 pitch. Misses the zone, even it up 1-1.
And Colin Priest seems to be seeing Jane Henline really well, because first at bat he hit one to deep center.
Next pitch misses the zone low. 2-1 count.
So if he gets in their fastball, he can hit. Watch out.
Colin Priest DHing in this one. Next pitch misses the zone, ball 3-1. Will certainly take the free pass. And Adam Cesiri in right has certainly had himself a tournament. Great performance yesterday in that diving grab against Rustich. That next pitch by Priest is fouled back. 3-1 count.
And he recognized the fastball right away, but just missed that one.
Henline will check the wristband. 3-1 pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. So scoreboard was wrong. That was a 3-2 pitch. So Priest will strike out Swinning. Henline's 7th on the day. Priest looked fooled on the breaking ball in the dirt, and Mitch Voit will step in. First pitch to Voit. Foul tipped. 0-1 count.
And that ball to Priest, a really nasty back foot slider. Not expecting him to throw that a ton versus the lefties, but if he executes it, it's a nasty pitch.
Next pitch by Henline. Misses the zone, even it up 1-1. And Mitch Voit looking to continue a solid tournament showing. Came up big yesterday. Looks to start something here. That pitch into the zone, 1-2 count. Henline looking good through 3 2/3.
He's been dominant so far.
And I don't think we expected this. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss from Mitch Voit. Not even close to that breaking ball. That is Henline's 8th strikeout on the day. And boys, he's had himself a night. Only allowing 1 hit against the Wolverines. And boy, has he looked dominant, and this is something we did not expect going into this game, Coby.
And you might, is that eight strikeouts? That's 8?
His 8th strikeout on the day.
So you might ask why someone would swing at one of his sliders. Well, because right off it he has a fastball 90, 91. It got up to 92 against Voit. They look like they're coming in the same place, but then they go opposite ways. And that's how he's been getting those strikeouts, especially versus the righties.
Yes, he has certainly looked dominant in this one. Looks to continue that. We will run you through a quick snapshot of what's going on here in Omaha. Earlier today, we saw Indiana, or the first game actually, we saw an elimination game between Illinois and Iowa, the 1st and 5th seeds respectively. Illinois came up with the win, so Iowa is eliminated. We actually saw yesterday Purdue and Nebraska. That was the first elimination game, and Purdue was the first team sent home. Nebraska will see Ohio State, who lost 7-14 against 3-seeded Indiana. And boy, Indiana has looked good so far in this tournament. They secured the first spot in semifinals and will face the winner of Ohio State and Nebraska. So we will get underway here in the bottom of the 4th. Grant Norris will lead it off against Allen. Takes that first pitch for a ball, 1-0. And that's a diving grab from Caruso, who will make the throw. Great play from Caruso to save an extra base hit, diving towards the line for the first out of the inning. Great grab and great throw by Cole Caruso. Just some excellent defensive plays we've seen in this one. From both teams. Yeah, just
saves another double, all-out dive, gets back up in the great a pick by Mitch Voit.
And first pitch to Molinaro is a ball in the dirt. And Michigan's defense in Omaha has certainly come to play, and in these last 2 games, and Penn State's has come to play as well. Molinaro will take that into right field. Rustich stumbles. That will fall and hop over the wall for a ground rule double. And perhaps that was a break for the Wolverines as Molinaro was looking to turn for 3. So that is Penn State's 3rd double on the day. A 1-out double from Molinaro. And there's a runner in scoring position for Penn State.
And that play by Cole Caruso saves a hit for sure. May have saved a run as well.
Yeah, that Cole Caruso play is all the more impactful now. So Matt Maloney will step in with a runner in scoring position. He'll take that first pitch for a ball, 1-0. Maloney doubled in his last plate appearance. Hitting .336 on the season. Next pitch falls into the zone for a strike to even it up 1-1 with 1 out and 1 on second. Allen delivers, and that is grounded to Darnetti at short, who will rifle it to Voit at first for the second out of the inning. But Molinaro will advance to third, and the Nittany Lions' second run of the game is just 90 feet away.
And great play by Darnetti. And now that run around third, you don't have to worry about that unless it's a wild pitch of some sort.
Taven Kelly will step in with a runner on third. Takes that first pitch. Great snag by Michaels on deck to corral that foul ball. But Kelly is down 0-1 to Allen, who's approaching 60 pitches. Next pitch finds the zone for a strike, and he's quickly up 0-2 on Kelly.
Taven Kelly, the one hitter in the lineup that maybe doesn't have as much thump as the others.
The 0-2 pitch is on its way, and that is rifled down the left field line, foul. Boy, I thought you had the announcer's jinx in full display there.
He heard me.
Solid contact from Kelly. Fortunately for the Wolverines, that was foul. So he will step into the box. Down 0-2 with 2 outs and a runner on third in Molinaro. That pitch fouled back over the press box. And we'll do it again, 0-2. A foul ball in the press box is certainly possible in this tournament.
Yes.
That'd be fun.
We got the windows open.
Yep. Well, you got to have the windows open. Gorgeous day here in Omaha. A little bit more wind than yesterday. That pitch is way high for a ball. 1-2 count. The wind is going towards the batter. So pitcher's 8 in this one. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. Again, high to run the count even.
Bill Rogers trying to settle Chase Allen down here, telling him to calm down for the plate, I'm sure.
Chase Allen, a 2-2 count with 2 outs. Here it comes, and Kelly way out in front of the breaking ball for the punch out. Chase Allen's third on the day, and it comes in a big spot with a runner on third, and now things still remain 1-0, your score through 4. Penn State with the lead.
Great job by Chase Allen. 2 pitches. Get away from him, 2 fastballs that had no chance of being for a strike, but then he goes back to his slider, maybe feeling a bit more comfortable, and Taven Kelly had no chance on that one.
Yeah, he was completely fooled by that breaking ball. Some great stuff from Allen. Allowed 1 run on 4 hits, but otherwise has kept things doable for the Michigan offense to claw something back, and at least in this inning, that responsibility falls on Timbrook, Caruso, and Rogers.
Now, important to keep that at 1. The way Henline's going now. A couple starts ago against Rutgers, he did go 7 scoreless. He had a little stretch there in the middle of the season in April, where he struggled a bit, but he's been pretty solid lately, with the exception of Maryland, where he gave up 3 home runs versus Maryland. That was his last start.
And Maryland, the back-to-back Big Ten champions, missed the tournament altogether. So we will crown a new Big Ten champion this year. First pitch to Timbrook falls into the zone for a strike, 0-1.
Michigan.
Next pitch is foul down the first base line. 0-2 count for Timbrook.
Michigan looking for their Big Ten leading 11th title. Penn State has never won the Big Ten baseball tournament.
Their closest was a second place finish in the early 2000s. So they look to make some program history. Second in 2000. That next pitch to Timbrook misses the zone, 2-2 count. Next pitch is grounded to the second baseman in Michaels, who will make the throw to first for the first out of the inning.
Jacob Henline continues his dominance, little harmless ground ball. He's still only at 58 pitches, so this is perfect for Penn State. You know, in these tournaments, you need to save your pitching, so Henline is dominant, but also saving the rest of the staff.
First pitch to Crusoe is ripped into left field. It is deep. It is just short of the wall. Crusoe will make the turn for second. That'll be a stand-up double for Cole Caruso. That was about 5 feet short from going over the wall down the line in left. Nonetheless, that is a one-out spark here in the top of the 5th for the Wolverines.
From up here, that looked...
I thought that sneak over the wall, man.
Yeah, but that wind knocked down a little, but down left field line now. This is another great opportunity. They cannot waste these, especially the way Henline's going.
Will Rogers steps in. He's singled in his last, looking to continue a hot streak, barring yesterday's game of being 0 for 4. Henline will deliver with Crusoe on second. First pitch missed the zone for a ball. So Penn State again looks for their first Big Ten title in program history, and Michigan, their last was in 2022. Here comes the pitch from Henline. That is ripped into left field for a base hit. It is deep. It is gone into the Penn State bullpen. That is a 2-run shot for Will Rogers. And Michigan takes the lead in the top of the 5th. 2-1 your score, and Will Rogers comes up in a big way, continues that hot streak.
And Jacob Henline gave it 3 home runs against Maryland. Well, he gives another one up now against one of the Wolverines' hottest hitters, Will Rogers. Really hot coming in to this tournament, and he keeps it going.
What a shot by Will Rogers, and that's 2 shots by righties to left field. They must have found something against Henline in the dugout. So that is this game has completely changed. 2-1 your score. And Darnetti rips that into left field again. So he will stand firm on first for a single. And boy, they have found something against Henline, and they have pulled everything to left field. And the lineup card will flip over. Dylan Stanton again, your leadoff hitter. And Penn State will take a mound visit, and that will certainly rattle Henline after a otherwise dominant start so far. 3 rockets off the bats of the bottom of the Michigan order to left field. And it is a 2-1 ball game with only 1 out in the top of the 5th.
And 3 Penn State pitchers and the bullpen cats who just hopped on the dugout and are beelining it to the bullpen right now. And probably the mound visits, not obviously for headline, but also to maybe buy some time as well.
And Will Rogers watching that replay, that was about as barreled up as it gets. Clearly over the wall into the Penn State bullpen. And boy, this game has completely changed. Henline looked dominant to start out things for the Nittany Lions, but through the efforts of Caruso and Rogers, it's a 2-1 score. Darnetti on first with a single, and the lineup will flip over 1-2-3. Expected, or I should say 1-2 at least. And Dylan Stanton will step in for his second crack at Henline. Following a strikeout in his first plate appearance, replaced Garcia in the last at-bat. First pitch does not find the zone, 1-0.
And for Stanton, it's his second time, but for the rest of the guys, it's the third time through the order. I'm looking at, after seeing these balls, I'm looking at Colin Priest down there.
And I called it before. I'd like to see a Priest bomb. Henline will check Darnetti at first to no avail. So the 1-0 pitch is on its way from Henline. It does find the zone, even it up 1-1.
Dylan Stanton, that 4th out fielder role right now of this tournament, but it's got a chance to be bigger than that here.
Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Just finds a piece of that outside part of the plate. Stanton not too happy about that one. So 1-2 count on its way with 1 out. Darnetti at first. 2 have already come across. Henline will deliver just below the zone. 2-2 is your count.
No one officially warming up yet in the Penn State bullpen.
Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Darnetti will dart for second. Stanton will pop that one up. Darnetti will retreat back to first in time. Norris makes the play on that pop-up. And that is the second out of the inning. And Jonathan Kim will step in. The 2-hole hitter has struck out in both of his previous plate appearances.
And last strikeout especially just did not seem comfortable, especially against the breaking ball.
We'll see if Henline will again use the breaking ball to his advantage. We'll see if Darnetti runs again. Good eye from Jonathan Kim to read that breaking ball in the dirt. 1-0 count, 2 outs.
With 2 men on base, couldn't come through. See if he can redeem himself.
Next pitch, big swing and a miss from Jonathan Kim to even it up 1-1. Way out in front of that one.
Quite sure what pitch that is, but it
didn't look like a fastball from up here, 88 miles an hour. Henline will check Darnetti at first. And we'll do it again. 1-1 count with 2 outs to Jonathan Kim, playing center field in this one. And 2 for 4 yesterday. So here comes the 1-1 pitch. And that is grounded foul down the first base line. Jakonski looked like he could have made a play just out of his reach. And foul.
Kim gets a chance to kind of reset himself after that foul ball. Try to stay alive.
So here comes the 1-2 pitch by Henline. Darnetti will dart. He will easily steal second as that pitch was in the dirt and bobbled by Maloney behind the plate. And there will be a runner in scoring position for the Wolverines with 2 outs. With a 2-2 count, Jonathan Kim at the plate.
And probably going to take more than 2 runs to win this game, so got to cash in when you have the chance.
Henline will deliver to the plate. Kim, swing and a miss on that one. His 3rd strikeout. Nearly beats the throw by Maloney on a drop 3rd strike. But nonetheless, the Wolverines scratch across 3 hits and score 2 off the Will Rogers 2-run shot to left field to make this game a 2-1 affair as we move into the bottom of the 5th.
And that was a wicked changeup. And
Kim has not found his bearings on that breaking ball at all today.
That changeup looks Kyle Hendricks-like.
Okay, all right. Maybe Assad-like, or Justin Steele-like. I don't know. I don't know about Hendricks now.
I don't think Steele throws a changeup.
I don't think he does. I don't know. The resident Cubs fan at WCBN, Coby Segal. Fortunately, they lost today. That's a real bummer. Real bummer for my Reds, who also lost 6-4 in Cincinnati against the Padres. Nonetheless, we will ignore our MLB team's woes and get back to the action here in Omaha. Again, your score 2-1. Michigan took the lead off the Rogers home run. Chase Allen again on the mound. And he has looked pretty good so far in this one. Has surrendered some solid contact, a fair bit of it. Nonetheless, he has kept things at a 1-0 game, in which that has allowed the offense behind him to provide him with an insurance run here as we move into the bottom of the 5th. So leading off for the Nittany Lions is Michaels, the second baseman, Kevin Michaels, the transfer from St. John's. He shows bunt, will pull back. 1-0 count. And I'm sure we'll see Caruso charging in like he did yesterday. No fear from him at the hot corner. Michaels will settle in. Will not bunt. But that will fall into the zone to even it up 1-1.
Now Chase Allen has now pitching with the lead.
That pitch will be a towering foul ball out of play. Falls right into a seat.
There's a mad dash to get it. And the kid got it. Good job,
Good.
kid.
So glad the kid
Good
gets it. There you go. Yeah, a lot of room to run here in Omaha. Not a terribly crowded game here. It's only the 2nd round of games here in Omaha. Next pitch fouled close to the Penn State dugout, and we'll do it again at a 1-2 count. And as far as the fan competition between Penn State and Michigan is winning. And both these teams, for their fan bases, not a particularly fun or convenient drive. Next pitch fouled just down the first base line. We'll do it again, 1-2.
Yeah, I think, not surprisingly, I think Nebraska, Iowa.
Iowa had a sizable contingent yesterday. That's a close drive for them, just about 4 hours. A lot of Caitlin Clark jerseys here in Omaha. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. That is rifled into center field for a base hit. So that is a leadoff single for Kevin Michaels as we will see the 1, 2, 3 of this lineup due up next. Jakonski will enter in. The leadoff hitter for the Nittany Lions will step in with a runner on first. Joe Jakonski struck out in his first plate appearance and grounded to second in his last. Caruso playing shallow, close to the baseline. Allen will step on the rubber and will deliver. First pitch. Michaels thought about going and pulled back. That pitch will miss the zone. 1-0 count.
At that third time for the lineup, to see how long leash Tracy Smith gives Chase Allen here.
That pitch behind Michaels, or behind Jakonski. Michaels will advance to second off the wild pitch. So runner in scoring position with the Nittany Lions. No outs here in the bottom of the fifth.
It's like there is a righty getting loose for Michigan.
And we were told that there were possibly 4 go-to bullpen options in this one. Denner pitched yesterday. We'll likely not see him in this one. Allen will deliver. That misses the zone for a ball. I believe in the bullpen I saw a bit of number 7. Number 27 would be Dylan Vigue is warming up in the mound, or in the pen. Should things get out of hand for Allen here. Allen will deliver. That finds the zone to make it a 3-1 count. So there are 4 potential bullpen options. Should it be needed? That's Brandon Mann, Vigue, Sachem Ramos, and Will Rogers, who's behind the plate. Big swing and a miss from Jakonski. Great breaking ball action from Chase Allen on the mound to run the count full. 3-2 with no outs and a runner on second.
Yeah, on 3-0, he comes with 2 breaking balls for strikes.
And that pitch is rifled right to Timbrook at second, who will make the play at first for the first out of the inning. A rocket off the bat at Jakonski. Jakonski mad, showing his displeasure to Michaels, who wanted him to advance to third. So that at bat effortless all around. Michaels still stands at second, but JT Marr stands in now. As potent as it gets at the plate.
Probably a good decision to stay at second.
I would agree, too. I know Jakonski wanted to at least maximize what he had there, but I believe that was the right call as well. First pitch to Allen. That is rifled into right field for a base hit. Michaels makes the turn, and we have a tie game. Rustich makes the throw into second, but Marr will have a stand-up double. RBI double for him, and we are at a tie ball game. 2-2 is your score.
And coming into this game, we expected a little back and forth. We maybe expected a little more offense than we've seen so far, but this fifth inning has certainly delivered in that respect.
So Adam Cesari will step in, the 3-hole hitter who made that excellent diving grab in right field on Hrustich in the third. He will step in with a runner on second in scoring position, an opportunity to take the lead here in the bottom of the fifth. Allen will deliver. Fouled back. 0-1. And about 5, 6, 7 people dart for that one.
Yeah, there's a
lot of room to work with here.
Oh, and it looks like a kid got it again. Good job.
Here comes the next pitch from Allen. Again, fouled back. This time, same level. And will a kid get it? Yes.
And Cesari that time kind of dug down in the dirt, just kind of put himself in a hole here.
So Cesari down 0-2 to Allen. Great leverage spot for him. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball way outside the zone. 1-2 count now.
We've seen a few times last couple innings where he's missed high where it's not necessarily close to the zone.
So Chase Allen delivers again. That breaking ball way out. Marr will advance to third, and the go-ahead run for Penn State is just 90 feet away. That breaking ball seemed to slip out of Allen's hands. As you said, Coby, the breaking ball seemed to slightly get away from him, lately at least, and that cost the Wolverines as the runner in Marr advances 90 feet. Now he's at third with Cesiri at the plate. 2-2 count with 1 out.
Michigan's got all their infielders in now.
Yep, infielders in. That pitch missed the zone to run the count full. 3-2. Darnetti, Timbrook playing closer to first. Darnetti playing closer to second, but on the other side of the bag relative to a shortstop's normal position. A big gap that would make it in the left center field. Should he push it out there? He does not, but that is fouled out of play down the first base line.
And Cesiri, in the first inning, he roped one down the left field line. He is their most dangerous hitter.
Yeah, they're playing this shift even though he has hit a double down the left field line. And that pitch is ripped into right field for a base hit, and that will score Marr from third. That is an RBI single for Adam Cesiri, his 4th on the tournament. And Penn State is up 3-2. So a little back and forth action here in Omaha between the Wolverines and the Nittany Lions. And Tracy Smith will come out of the dugout. And I believe that'll be the end of Allen's day. So it looks like Dylan Vigue will step out of the pen. And I believe that, yes, that will be him. He will be asked, I'm sure, to do a sizable chunk of the rest of this game. He has started numerous times this season. He has, in fact, started the most this season. So Chase Allen's day is done. Through 4 1/3. Allowed 3 earned on 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, 4 doubles allowed on 86 pitches, and 7 hits allowed as well. And I would question the 3 earned runs as that error by Garcia at left that should not have been earned, in my opinion.
Yeah, no.
Should have been 2 earned runs. So we will see Dylan Vigue step in for the Wolverines. He will likely be asked to take a big chunk out of this game. He's the highly touted recruit out of Massachusetts. Number 5 prospect in the state last season. He has had the most starts this season on the mound for the Wolverines, has had 11 so far. However, that trend has faltered as he has moved into a bullpen role. But nonetheless, the coaching staff trusted him enough to, oh no, sorry, it's not Vigue, it's Ricky Kidd. We apologize for that. It is Ricky Kidd on the mound. The JUCO transfer from Henry Ford Community College and mostly appears in relief. I swore I saw Vigue warming up in the bullpen. That's pitched an ERA of 5.73, 3-3 on the season through 37 2/3 innings of work. So he'll come in a relief spot here.
Yeah, if there's one thing for Kidd that if you're Michigan maybe worry about is he's given up 10 home runs on the season, and I'm looking at who Penn State's got in their lineup coming up. You look at a guy like Grant Morris, who has 14 home runs in the season. This Penn State team's got a lot of, not necessarily a lot of home run power, but they hit the ball hard. A lot of slug, lots of doubles. So
Well, Penn State's biggest home run threat is on first in Cesiri. He's got 16 on the season. Bobby Marsh, who is now up for the Nittany Lions, has 6 on the season. So here's Ricky Kidd's first test here in Omaha. First pitch will be fouled back, out of play.
Chase Allen up until the last couple batters got some help from his defense, but really did a very nice job keeping Michigan in this game.
So Cesiri again trying to fake out at first. That pitch will fall into the zone for Kidd to even it up, or to make it an 0-2 count with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. 3-2 your score. The Nittany Lions have scratched across 2 on 2 RBI doubles. Cesiri again is Chase Allen's responsible for the runner and Cesiri on first. Kidd checks Cesiri at first, and he will do it again. Close play that second time. And Kidd will do it for a third time. No success, 0 for 3 on those. We're still at an 0-2 count with 1 out. Cesiri, further emboldened, takes a bigger lead, will retreat back now. Kidd will deliver. In the dirt, Cesiri makes the dart for second. That ball gets into center field, but Cesiri stays on second. So even after all that faking out and that pickoff attempts, he makes the steal for second. There is a runner in scoring position yet again for Penn State here in this frame, as the cleanup hitter Bobby Marsh looks to take advantage.
Yeah, Cesiri almost made the same mistake he did last inning, but gets there.
Right, that's bold to do after the blunder earlier. Marsh way ahead of the breaking ball there for a strikeout. Ricky Kidd in his first batter punches out Marsh. Good start out of the pen. And Grant Norris will step in with the runner in scoring position in Cesiri with 2 outs in a 1-run ball game. Here comes the pitch from Kidd. Way outside the zone for a ball, 1-0.
And this is a situation where Penn State's got a lot of dangerous lefties. Ideally, they would want Jacob Denner, but he pitched in last night's game.
Right, they'd either want him in a semifinal game or in the elimination game. That next pitch missed the zone. 2-0 is your count to Norris, who grounded out to second in his last plate appearance, rather to third. Kidd will deliver, and that is rifle to Timbrook at second, who will make the play. Fire to Voit at first for the 3rd out of the inning, so Kidd will come out of the pen to retire the side. But Penn State scores 2 to take back the lead that was surrendered to them in the top of the 5th, and they make this a 3-2 game in the bottom of the 5th. And the Wolverines will look to answer here. And who better to do so with the middle of the order due up next for the Wolverines? Rustich, Priest, and Voit due up next.
And on this Michigan team, I think with those 5 super dangerous lefties, JT Marr's lefty, Matt Maloney's lefty, Cesiri's lefty, Joe Jakonski is a lefty, and they've got 4 left-handed pitchers on their team, and one obviously pitched yesterday and The other 3 are freshmen. So
Keegan O'Haron has not seen any time this season. Velasquez, a two-way player, has probably seen more of the field this season. At least he hasn't pitched in a while, so that really goes down to Novara.
And Novara has pitched some, but he has struggled a little bit this season, but still only 6 1/3 on the season. So really, it's not a great matchup for this Michigan staff without Jacob Denner to neutralize all their lefties.
Exactly, and pitching depth is going to be a problem for Michigan going forward, and we'll see they have to make that delicate balance between wanting to win now and look ahead if possible. So Rustich at the plate takes that first pitch, fires it down the third base line, foul. And Henline still in. He's had a great performance, barring the 2-run shot by Rogers in the last frame. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Finds the zone. Hrustich down 0-2. And his last plate appearance flew out to right field, and that was a series diving effort that prevented a potential extra base hit. That next pitch outside. 1-2 is your count.
And we'll be monitoring that pitch count. Looks like lefty in Penn State is starting to walk around.
That next pitch by Rustich is belted into left field at the track, and that will be caught by Marsh in left, and that was about 5 feet away from a home run. That would have tied up the ball game. And that's a towering first out. That was belted
that one
by Rustich. But Colin Priest, the designated hitter in this one, is up next. First pitch outside of the zone for a ball.
I think Martian left kind of thought he might have to jump for a second, but Wynn knocked it down.
Next pitch finds the zone for a strike, 1-1. And again, it's Colin Priest, the freshman, been one of the best freshman bats in the Big Ten. Takes a big cut at that one, 1-2. He's currently on a 9-game hit streak and an 11-game on-base streak as well. That pitch is in the dirt to run the count even, 2-2. And 11 home runs on the season, has the Michigan freshman home run record. Looking to expand that record here. Nobody on in the top of the 6th, 1 out. 2-2 is your count in a 3-2 ball game for Penn State. Here comes the pitch from Henline, and that is grounded down the first base line, just foul.
Priest way out in front of that one. Just got that off the end of the bat.
Fortunate that trickled into foul territory to give himself another chance here. 2-2 count, 1 out. Here comes the pitch. Foul, way out of play. And we'll do it again.
A guy like Priest who has light tower power. It's a guy you want up in a 1-run game.
And that pitch is belted into right center field. And that will drop just at the base of the wall. Priest will stand in at second with a double. Extra base hit for Priest. And again, the Wolverines just about a few feet away from home runs, about their third time in this game, but nonetheless, that falls right in between the outfielders and Kelly and Ciceri for an extra base hit. And as Mitch Voit comes up to bat for the Wolverines, he has a runner in scoring position in Priest.
And they are, in the last couple innings, they have seen Henline super well. They've crushed some balls, home runs, and into wall scrapers.
Certainly they found some solid contact against Henline of late. Voit way behind the fastball on the first pitch, down 0-1. So one out here. Priest on second, Voit at the plate, Timbrook on deck. Here comes the pitch from Henline. That finds the zone, and Voit down 0-2. Looking to avoid a second consecutive strikeout from Voit at the plate. So here comes the 0-2 pitch. And that is fouled back really close to us. That's the closest the foul ball has gotten to us. And after a brief fight for that one, I believe the kid got that one. So we'll do it again. An 0-2 count, one out. Runner on second. Henline versus Voit. Here's the pitch. Just misses inside part of the plate for a ball. 1-2 is your count.
Mitch Voit had some of the best at-bats last night. He's fighting here.
Here comes the pitch. And that is grounded to the third baseman in Molinaro, and that'll be the second out of the inning. That was just a weak chopper to third. Good play for Molinaro to force the second out of the inning. So Mac Timbrook will step in. Runner in scoring position, another scoring opportunity, potential game tire. It is Michigan's best hitter at the plate. And that is rifled to Molinaro at third. Great sliding play to force the third out of the inning and to retire the side. So the Michigan will strand one in Priest. And it is still a 3-2 ball game as we move into the middle of the sixth. And Penn State 6, 7, 8 due up next.
It feels like that was Henline's last inning, especially with lefty in the bullpen and Michigan starting to hit him very, very hard. So that might have been a really good chance to kind of tie this ball game, because depending on who comes in the game, it could get even more challenging.
Right. Most of these outs, at least of late for the Wolverines, have been towering rockets off the bats. Off the bats for Michigan. So they have certainly found something in Henline. It's just in the wrong places. Fortunate for Priest in that last frame that found the base of the wall. Unfortunate for Rogers that went over the wall to make this a 3-2 ball game. And I would tend to agree that was probably Henline's last inning of work, but certainly it was a great showing from him. I know we went into this game expecting a potential 11-12 game, a high-scoring affair. Henline, as well as Allen, came in and did their jobs, did exactly what the coach staff wanted them to do to keep this at a low-scoring affair.
Yeah, and it's been low scoring, only 5 runs, but it seems like we've had a lot of balls crushed.
Yeah.
That have been outs, whether it's hard ground balls and great defensive play, obviously. Caruso, Dernetti, Molinaro just had one.
That left side of the infield has
yeah,
been incredible.
Syrian right.
Yep. So Ricky Kidd will take the mound again. He will face Molinaro, who made some great defensive plays at the hot corner in the last frame. First pitch will miss for a ball, 1-0.
Molinaro's probably feeling good. Just made 2 nice plays at a double last time.
He doubled in his last plate appearance to right field. Looks to continue some offensive success. That next pitch is outside of the zone for a ball, 2-0. That pitch fouled straight back off the press box window to our left. And we'll do it at a 2-1 count.
2-0, he's feeling great. He saw a pitch he likes. Why not take a hack?
Next pitch, here it comes. That's rifled into center field for a base hit straight to Kim, and that'll be a leadoff single for Molinaro. That's 2 straight innings with leadoff base hits for the Nittany Lions. This time off Ricky Kidd, as Matt Maloney will step in. Grounded to shorten his last plate appearance. So here comes first pitch. Outside for a ball.
Caruso playing off the line, but in.
The 1-0 pitch. Popped up down the third base line, foul, and that'll be out of play. Good streak of kids getting foul balls. That's good for them. Again, a lot of room to work with here. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Kidd. Finds the zone for a strike, 1-2 count.
Yeah, great pitch by Kidd to sneak that off-speed pitch in there for a strike.
That next pitch is a punch out for Ricky Kidd on Maloney. Rogers checks the runner at first for the potential double play to no success, but nonetheless, Matt Maloney is sat down on strikes. Ricky Kidd second on the day. And Taven Kelly will step in with a runner on first. Only 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th.
Kidd goes outside and then gets him to chase down on a wicked pitch.
First pitch of the at-bat. Finds the zone for a strike. Great breaking ball action from Ricky Kidd.
Yeah, these last 2 batters, Ricky Kidd looks to have found a little something here. Looks great.
The 0-1 pitch is on its way. That is grounded to Darnetti at second, who will flip that to Timbrook at first to double them up. That is Michigan's 62nd double play on the season. And that's what they are so good at nationally, and that'll retire the side for the Wolverines. Great defense and great pitching from Ricky Kidd out of the pen to keep things at 3-2.
Certainly helps when you have the sure-handed Dernetti gives Timbrook a perfect flip, and Timbrook's an easy throw to first.
That was as easy as it gets for a double play. Great flip by Darnetti and Timbrook as well. Fire that to first. So now Michigan has turned at least one double play in 40 out of 58 total games. And now they extend their national lead over College of Charleston. Not that anybody's keeping count, nor it being a competition. Again, they're 62nd on the season. Henline will trot out. Despite there being a lefty warming up in the pen, actually he is done warming up. Nobody warming up in the pen. So Henline will continue to work for the Nittany Lions.
And he's at 90 pitches.
With Caruso. And due up next, though, this makes this decision all the more questionable. 7-8-9 due up. Caruso doubled to left field in his last plate appearance, and Rogers had that shot into the Penn State bullpen that gave Michigan the lead. So it was this part of the lineup that caused problems for Henline, and he has to face them yet again here as we move into the 7th.
And they've also hit him really, really hard. And so he started off really strong, but the Wolverines they only have 2 runs, but they've gone to him.
Exactly right. All 3 of Michigan's batters in their last plate appearance, as you said, had solid contact off Henline. So with their confidence even higher, they will face Henline again. First pitch way high for a ball.
And Henline is his high is 99 pitches. He's already at 91.
So certainly bullpen watch in effect here. That is rifled into center field. Chasing that one is Tavion Mitchell, or Kelly, excuse me, for the first out of the inning. Again, solid contact, though, from Cole Caruso, fortunately in the wrong place.
Yeah, just hard hit, ended the run of that, and Michigan's really both teams are probably frustrated with the hard contact that's not falling.
So Will Rogers will step in. Homered in his last plate appearance to left field. Flipped this game on its head. Takes that first pitch for a ball, 1-0. Next pitch from Henline. Ripped into left field for a base hit, and that'll be a single for Will Rogers. 2 straight hits for him. Continuing a great day for him at the plate. And the Wolverines will have a runner on with 1 out here in the 7th, and Kyle Darnetti will step in, who did the exact same thing in his last plate appearance, a rocket to left field for a base hit. Actually, Rogers 3 for 3 on the day, I should say. 3 straight hits for him.
And a lefty gets going again in the Penn State bullpen.
So here comes the first pitch from Henline. That will not find the zone for a ball. The 1-0 pitch is on its way in the dirt. Lucky that fell right in front of him to prevent Rogers from advancing into scoring position. Nonetheless, the count is 2-0 to Darnetti. Been on base in both of his plate appearances. A walk in the 3rd and single to left in the 5th. And that is ripped into center field. Diving play from Tavon Kelly. Great defensive efforts from him in center to prevent 2 potential hits and prevent Will Rogers from advancing into scoring position. And now there are 2 outs for the Wolverines with Dylan Stanton, the leadoff hitter, stepping in.
Jacob Henline needs to take his fielders out to nice steak dinner here in Omaha.
I've heard Gorat's Steakhouse in
Gorat's
Omaha.
Steakhouse.
Has been
Adam Bressler, shout out.
He needs to treat them to that tonight. Hopefully it's open at this hour. So Dylan Stanton will step in. Leadoff hitter in this one replaced Garcia in the third. Takes that first pitch for a ball. And Stanton popped up to the shortstop in his last plate appearance. Henline will deliver. Breaking ball finds the zone. To even it up 1-1. Rogers again on first. 2 outs. Top of the 7th. 3-2 your score. The 1-1 pitch on its way. And that drops into center field for a base hit. Rogers will stand on second. Stanton will reach first. And the Wolverines, with 2 outs, have 2 runners on, with Jonathan Kim standing in.
Yeah, Jonathan Kim, out of all these Michigan players, probably looked the most uncomfortable up there. He's struck out all 3 times. Henline has his number, but you know, he has a chance to flush out all those strikeouts with a hit here.
So Jonathan Kim again will stand in. Has had 3 strikeouts on the day. Pinch running for the Wolverines is Alfredo Velasquez in replacement of Dylan Stanton. Jonathan Kim again will stand in a big spot. Rogers on second, Velasquez now on first. The battery will meet quickly, and if you are Henline, this is and as you said, this is the battery you want to see if you're Henline on the mound, as Kim has looked very uncomfortable. 3 strikeouts, looking to avoid the golden sombrero. So the pitching coach for Penn State will trot out for an infield meeting.
And in the bullpen for Penn State, it looks like Anthony Steele.
All right. Anthony Steele in the pen then. So Joss will jog back to the dugout. And we will get underway here very shortly in a great situation for the Wolverines. 2 outs. Top of the 7th. Jonathan Kim at the plate. 2 on. 1 in scoring position, and Rogers, who stands on second. Henline, whose pitch count has already eclipsed his season high, now 100. Or it will get to 100 at least after this pitch. So here comes pitch with number 100. Misses the zone. Kim up 1-0.
And his last 2 strikeouts run that changeup going away from him.
Velasquez will take a big lead from first. Here comes the pitch from Henline. That is grounded foul down the first base line to run the count even.
He started him with what looked like a change of away, and possibly another one there.
Rustich on deck for the Wolverines, should Kim reach. Here comes the pitch. That is ripped into right field for a base hit. Rogers will make the turn for home. And then he will be called out at the plate. Great throw. It looked like it was going to be a scuffle between the catchers and Rogers and Maloney. Tracy Smith will trot out of the dugout. It looked like possibly Maloney did not give Rogers a clean lane to the plate, and I think that's what they're going to talk about. The umpiring crew will discuss this.
Yes, in the last couple weeks, I have been studying this home plate rule.
It's studying.
And yes, it is. I think that must be what they're challenging, because he had his left foot in front of the base. Clearly did not give him a place to slide before he caught the ball. That's the key. But we'll see what they say and if they're reviewing it.
So we'll see what goes on here. The umpiring crew will, I believe, they will take a look at this in the booth. So we will see. And that's why Rogers looked animated after he got up from his slide. Matt Maloney at the plate for the Nittany Lions applied the tag, and it was a dart from Adam Cesari in right. Certainly continuing his great defensive performance in this one. That was on a frozen rope from right. And they will challenge this.
On the throw, he looked to be clearly out on the throw.
Yeah, he was out on the throw. So let's see that left foot.
I don't think he gives him a line.
I don't know. I don't know if that's enough of an interference. I think Rogers definitely sold that one. Good job by him. The throw is definitely on the money. So the Penn State fan base, the few that are here but mighty nonetheless, are ecstatic. The umpiring crew still looking this over. Adam Cesari hyping up the crowd. He's had a fantastic performance in Omaha. You can't do that. Chance from the Michigan fan base ring out here at Charles Schwab Field. Fan base as well as the teams getting a little chippy. And looking at the replay from the throw from Cesari, and boy, that is on the money. And from that view that we just saw from the Big Ten broadcast, that left foot is definitely handing out. I don't know if that's enough, though, to warrant a interference in which would make Rogers safe. So the umpiring crew will run out back to the field. They have made their decision, and we await the call. The play on the field is confirmed. That's a big third out for the Nittany Lions. They save a run and things stay at 3-2, and Cesari is fired up. Great effort, though, from Jonathan Kim, who was, down on his confidence, I'm sure, after 3 straight strikeouts and had the hit. And I thought initially Rogers making the turn, it was aggressive. And I don't know, you got to take your chances. I mean, you had Rustich on deck with that power. You had that on deck waiting, bases loaded with him on deck. That certainly would have been a dangerous spot. But you got to take your scoring chances as it gets, and unfortunately, to no success for the Wolverines.
Yeah, I mean, with 2 outs, hard to be mad at that send. But looking over the collision rule, there is some judgment of the umpire allowed in there. I think maybe they said he may have had an angle on the outside of the bag, but the umpire can say that that he did not violate the rule if he could have gotten him out without blocking the plate anyways. So
yeah, I mean, if that play was closer, then yeah, I'm sure you would have given the benefit of the doubt to the runner, but that throw is on the money from Cesari. Great defensive showing from him. So a slight defensive change for the Wolverines. Kidd is still on the mound, but Alfredo Velasquez, who pinched run for Dylan Stanton, now stands on left. So there's been a revolving door of players in left field for Michigan. So we will see for the Nittany Lions, Kevin Michaels, the 9 hitter, followed by 1 and 2 following. It's just been some great defense all around for both teams, especially Penn State in Ceceria's efforts in right. That diving grab on Hrustic in the third inning, and then that run preventing throw from right. That first pitch finds his own first strike for Ricky Kidd.
Fredo Velasquez only 15 at-bats this season.
Again, finds his own first strike, and Michaels quickly down 0-2. The JUCO transfer from Henry Ford Community College in a big spot here in Omaha, Nebraska for the Big Ten baseball tournament. Here comes the pitch. Fouled back near the Michigan dugout.
He gets Kevin Michaels to lunge at that one. Ricky Kidd doing some good work out of the bullpen today.
Certainly has. That's someone who we didn't tag as a potential bullpen option in this one, but he has come up pretty big for the Wolverines. And that is poked into foul territory way behind the Michigan dugout. We see nobody warming up in both pens. I would be surprised if they threw Henline out for 8 innings, even though his pitch count has eclipsed 100. I'd be surprised. Next pitch way outside the zone for a ball. The count now 1-2.
Especially the way Michigan was hitting him.
Next pitch, a ball outside of the zone, 2-2. Here comes a 2-2 pitch. Poked to left field by Voit for the line out. Great play from him. Great reaction time to get to that one, and that is a big first out.
There's just been some fantastic defense in this game from both sides the entire game.
So Joe Jakonski will step in for Penn State with 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch nearly in the dirt for a ball, 1-0. That pitch squared up into center field. Kim Shays under that one for a loud second out of the inning.
This performance out of the bullpen from Kidd is really important for Michigan, not just for winning this game, but kind of saving some of their arms, because we do have a long tournament ahead of us.
Exactly right. So JT Marr will step in. First pitch fouled way back out of play.
Well, it's not that long, but long-ish.
Well, if Michigan wins, they have a guaranteed 2 more games and have secured themselves a spot in the semifinals. If they lose, however, they will face number 1 seeded Illinois tomorrow in an elimination game. Here comes the pitch from Kidd. That missed the zone for a ball. 1-1 is your count. Next pitch outside of the zone. 2-1. Marr stands in with a .424 average. That is belted into right field. Hrustic makes the diving grab for the third out. Boy, we've had a defensive masterclass from both teams to keep this thing at a 3-2 low-scoring affair. And it is, still 3-2 ball game as we move into the 8th inning. Penn State up. Wow.
Rustich did not read that ball great. He but he made the dive, recovered, and
yeah, he was shaking his head after that one.
Yeah.
Knew he didn't read that one in time, but lucky to dive to make it up.
I've been doing some research because you said Penn State has never won. They've reached the final in 2000, but the last time they reached the semifinals, or what could be the equivalent of the semifinals, they were one game away from the championship in 2007. So that was the last. If they win, that was the last time they've gotten that far.
So we will see a pitching change for the Nittany Lions, and as you said earlier, Anthony Steele warming up in the pen. The lefty will come in. The junior out of Sheldon, Connecticut. He's pitched a 5.45 ERA in 33 innings of work. The transfer from Winona State has been a effective bullpen piece this season, despite having limited time in his last 2 seasons. At Penn State.
Pitching the ball game yesterday, one scoreless. Although he did face Michigan this season in their series back in March, gave up 2 runs, did not get an out in that one. And then his next appearance, he gave up 1 run in an inning and 2/3.
A reliable bullpen piece for Penn State. We'll get the nod here as we move into the 8th inning, and Stephen Rustich will step in.
He did have a 4-game stretch in late April, May, where he hit a batter in 4 straight appearances.
Well, Henline will exit, finishes the day at 9 strikeouts. Rustich way out in front of the breaking ball there. And he's down 0-1. Next pitch misses the zone to even it up 1-1. Rustich flew out to left in his last plate appearance. 0 for 3 in this one. Fouled back, 1-2 count now. Dylan Cease now manning second. Another defensive change. That pitch misses the zone for a ball. 2-2 your count.
Cease is 4 for 9 on the season with a walk.
And interesting to put him in this spot. High pressure. That pitch held back by Rustich, who began to go around but did not break the plane. The Michigan dugout hype with a full count. No outs here in the top of the 8th. Next pitch is a ball, so Rustich will take the free pass with Colin Priest, the cleanup hitter, stepping into the plate.
And Rustich knew it right away. Some stone cold takes, and what an at-bat. You know, Rustich is someone you want in these high-pressure spots. Graduate student.
His experience has certainly come through, as you said, the grad transfer from Northwestern. That pitch finds the zone for a strike. 0-1 count to Priest. Priest way out in front of that breaking ball. He is down 0-2. No outs. Rustich on first. That pitch in the dirt for a ball 1-2. Rustich stays put.
It's a tough matchup for Priest. Lefty on lefty, kind of a funky arm angle. Looks like it's coming right at him.
Priest stays back on that one to even it up 2-2. Good patience from the freshman. And the Michigan fan base as well as the dugout all on the top step. 2-2 count. That pitch fouled back. Good fight.
A few great at-bats here from the Wolverines. You saw it later in last game. The later this game gets, the better the at-bats got.
Takes some time for the Michigan offense to settle in, but nonetheless, 2-2 count. No outs. Priest misses the zone. 3-2. Runs the count full after being down 0-2. Michigan fans on their feet behind the first base dugout. Here comes the pitch from Steele. Fouled back, and Priest fights to live another day.
Just what fight from Priest. Tough matchup, but he is battling.
It's a great battle from the freshman. Here comes full count pitch from Steele. That misses. 2 straight walks for Steele out of the bullpen. Rustich advances to second in scoring position, and Mitch Voit steps to the plate in a big spot. No outs in the top of the 8th in a 3-2 ball game. And Priest will be pinch run for. I can't quite see who that. And that is Jack Counsell. Pinch running, son of Cubs manager, former Brewers manager, Craig Counsell. He sees playing time in Omaha. And that's someone we talked about as a potential replacement. Voit takes that first pitch, and that is fouled over the stadium.
And so in Colin Priest, you're taking out one of your best hitters, but you don't know if he's going to
get another at-bat.
Get another at-bat.
Right.
Late in the game, Counsell could be the go-ahead run.
And you can always replace Counsell as well at the DH spot. That pitch finds the zone for a strike, and Voit down 0-2. Still no outs here in the top of the 8th. Mitch Voit, the All-Big Ten first-team nominee, stands at the plate, down 0-2 with runners on first and second. That pitch is belted into left field. That is deep. That is gone. A 3-run shot for Mitch Voit, and the Wolverines take a lead 5-3, and Mitch Voit yet again comes up big in Omaha for the Michigan Wolverines. Wow, what a sequence of events. And Mitch Voit, the sophomore, has become a foundational piece for this program and comes up big on the biggest stage.
Yet another go-ahead home run for Mitch Voit. He now gets to put on the winged helmet in the dugout versus Ohio State. He had a home run to take the lead, and now he does it again here. Might be the swing of the season there.
That is as big as it gets, folks. And that is Voigt's 12th home run on the season. And all of a sudden, things again change in Michigan's favor. 5-3 your score in the top of the 8th. Mac Timbrook steps in to follow up. He is quickly down 0-2, checks his swing, but breaks the plane. And that was a no-doubt shot from Voit as well. Timbrook grounds that to C-Set second, who will make the easy throw to first for the first out of the inning.
That was three straight plate appearances, 2 strikes. Rustich walks, Priest down 0-2 walks.
Down 0-2.
Mitch Voit 0-2 home run.
And that's certainly to rattle. Anthony Steele comes out of the pen, gives up 2 walks and a 3-run shot. Next up, Cole Crusoe takes that first pitch in the dirt.
Some professional at-bats for the Wolverines here.
Very professional at-bats, and that is why Mitch Voit was nominated for the first team in the conference. Next pitch to Crusoe, popped up. Out of play behind the Michigan dugout. Count now 1-1. So the Cubs manager's son scores a run in the Big Ten tournament. Certainly make his dad proud. Crusoe pops that one up in the left, or into the first base foul area for the second out of the inning. And boy, that big foul area is unfortunate for the Wolverines.
Yeah, but still the 8th inning. Wolverines still have to find a way to navigate this dangerous Penn State lineup.
But most importantly, they have 2 insurance runs to work with.
They do, and insurance runs are important.
Crucial. So Will Rogers steps in. He had the 2-run shot in the left field in the 5th. He's 3 for 3 in this one. Has had himself a great night at the plate. Singled in his first and his last plate appearance. Boy, that was a moon shot from Voit. I'm looking at the replay. Here comes the 0-1 pitch in the dirt. About 5 feet in front of the plate to run the count even 1-1.
And just after a night of some near misses, some diving catches from Penn State, a few wall scrapers, Rogers gets thrown out at home, finally get one.
Rogers, line drive out of the stadium, foul to our right.
And then Mitch Voit saw the Wolverines' bad luck, says, well, I'm going to put one where luck can't do anything about it.
Next pitch to Rogers, misses the zone, outside part of the plate. 2-2 your count. 2 outs here in the top of the top of the 8th, excuse me. That pitch fouled back towards the Penn State dugout, and we'll do it again, 2-2. Here comes the 2-2 pitch, way outside to run the count full.
Yet another full count, another 2-strike count. These Wolverines, great at bat by Will Rogers.
Here comes the pitch. Misses the zone, and that is Steele's 3rd walk surrendered in this frame alone. And the Wolverines have a 2-out base runner on first. Will Rogers has reached base in all 4 of his plate appearances. So what a game for him. Have yourself a night. Will Rogers and Kyle Darnetti will step in with a runner on with 2 outs.
The Wolverines were to hold on to this lead. Ricky Kidd would be the winning pitcher.
And good for the JUCO transfer from Henry Ford. That pitch missed the zone. 2 straight balls surrendered to Darnetti, and Steele certainly looks rattled. out on the mound. I'm surprised there has not been a mound visit yet. Here comes the next pitch. Big swing from Darnetti. But he's still ahead 2-1.
There's yet another lefty in that Penn State bullpen, playing some catch.
Steele delivers. High. 3-1, your count. The Michigan dugout has been at the top step this whole inning. They can feel it. Momentum has certainly swung in their favor in this frame. Fouled back, and we'll do it at a 3-2 count with 2 outs. The 9-hole hitter, the everyday starting shortstop for the Michigan Wolverines, Kyle Darnetti at the plate.
The 4th 3-2 count of the inning.
So we will see if Steele can break. And that pitch is flown out, foul on the first base side. And we'll do it again, 3-2.
Penn State, if using Steele back-to-back days, you wonder if he'll be able to go tomorrow as well for them.
So here comes the pitch from Steele. Ball 4. Steele's 4th walk surrendered, and it's deja vu all over again. Runners on first and second. Alfredo Velasquez will come up to hit. But there will be a mound visit for the Nittany Lions. And I wonder if Tracy Smith and company would consider a change, as Velasquez, not particularly a power hitter. Looks like they are not. They're going to stick with Velasquez. I don't know who else they would go for now thinking about it.
Joe Longo available.
Longo possibly. Yep, I think Longo would be the only one eligible. Yeah. Kalinsky possibly. Yeah, there's nobody up from the dugout. So Penn State still in the middle of their mound visit. Velasquez in a big spot with 2 on, 2 outs here in the top of the 8th still. Fantastic inning for the Wolverines, and I think they have a taste of the Big Ten semifinals just ahead of them. Again, the winner of this game secures themselves a spot and a much-deserved rest day tomorrow. They will play their semifinal game on Saturday against the winner of the elimination game between the loser of this game and number 1 seeded Illinois.
That rest day is so key. Help to reset your pitching a little more. They could use Jacob Denner.
So Matt Molash will step in out of the pen to replace Anthony Steele, the lefty. So they're sticking with the southpaw strategy. Due up next. It's an interesting choice because you have Velasquez a lefty, Kim a lefty as well, and Rustich in right as well. Interesting to throw a lefty out there, given this particular spot with 2 on against a fellow lefty in Velasquez.
Yeah, and you wonder if Tracy Smith maybe thought about pinch hitting a right here, but clearly trusts Velasquez, who only 15 at bats on the season, but this is a big spot.
Yep, your only position players that are eligible, that are lefty, is Velasquez and just saw him. Velasquez and Kalinsky. Velasquez, however, has struggled at the plate, hitting 133 on the season. And Kalinsky, the captain for this team's hitting 222. They're going to stick with Velasquez. The two-way player from Melvindale, Michigan, stands at 5'8". In a big spot. Again, Rogers on second, Darnetti at third. He pokes that one to third. Will make the throw to Jawanski, who fumbles the catch, and bases are loaded for the Wolverines. That is a crucial error for Penn State at the hands of Joe Jakonski at first, and the bases are loaded for Jonathan Kim.
And credit goes to Will Rogers at second, who at third base, Molnar could have tagged him out, but he kind of juked him.
John Kim will foul that first pitch back. 0-1 count, bases loaded opportunity for the Wolverines with 2 outs, still in the top of the 8th. They have already scratched across 3 off the Mitch Voit home run. And Jonathan Kim at the plate. That pitch misses the zone. Count now even, 1-1.
Jonathan Kim, chance to come through.
So Rogers, here comes the pitch. That pitch just foul, out of play. 1-2, your count now. Rogers on third, Darnetti at second, Velasquez on first off the error. Kim at the plate, Rustich on deck.
Has to be a frustrating day. 3 strikeouts, batter thrown at home.
Well, he did have a hit in his last plate appearance to right field. That pitch misses the zone just to run the count even, 2-2. Remember, it was that last hit to right field by Jonathan Kim. Rogers had made the turn for home, and he was called out, and that was the catcher's interference possibility. That pitch finds the zone. Kim punched out in a bases-loaded situation. Kim with the golden sombrero, unfortunately. So Michigan strands 3 on the bases, but more importantly, Mitch Voit, in a heroic moonshot to left field, scores 3, and Michigan is firmly in the driver's seat in a 2-run margin. Your score as we move into the bottom of the 8th, 5-3. And boy, what a game. And Ricky Kidd still on the mound.
Tons of credit to Ricky Kidd.
He has kept them in this game.
Down 1, comes in, some guys on base, but he's put up a few zeros here and really kept him in this one.
So Kidd will face Adam Sasiri first, who is 2 for 2 on the game so far. He will face 3, 4, and 5 to open up this bottom of the 8th. Should things stay the same, we have at least at the bottom of the 8th and then the full 9th remaining. So defensively for Michigan, things stay status quo all around. And Adam Sasiri will step up to the plate. He singled, actually produced an RBI single in his last plate appearance in the 5th to right field, but reached base in all 3 plate appearances, doubled in the 1st, walked in the 3rd, singled in the 5th, and comes up at a big spot down 2. Ricky Kidd on the mound with 2 insurance runs to help. First pitch in the dirt, 1-0.
And to the next 3 hitters. Sasiri and Norris. have 30 home runs combined.
Yep, Cesari, 16 home runs on the season. That pitch is belted into center field for a base hit just past Arnetti's glove, and Cesari will continue a hot tournament run. 3 for 3 on the day. 3 hits and 1 walk. And up next, the cleanup hitter for Penn State. Brody Marsh will step in.
And here's why those insurance runs or lack thereof are so important.
That first pitch by Marsh gets into right field for a base hit. Cesari will take the turn for third. And now runners at the corners for Penn State. Great piece of hitting from the middle of this Nittany Lion order, and these insurance runs become all the more important. No outs. And there are runners at the corners now for Penn State. We will see a pinch runner for Marsh. That will be Billy Gurlitt. And Ricky Kidd, I believe his day will be done. Tracy Smith walks out of the dugout. And Ricky Kidd, other than this inning, has looked phenomenal out of the pen. I think this certainly exceeded any expectations. This might just be a mound visit from Tracy Smith. Kidd's still on the mound.
Yeah, there's a righty just starting to get warm here. Michigan bullpen.
Can't quite get a view who that is just yet. It would not be Denner. I don't see him in the dugout, however. I see a 7. I wonder if that is him. Oh no, Jacob Denner's on the end of the dugout.
Got 2 righties warming up actually now, but
yep.
I think a mound visit by Tracy Smith buys them time too.
Right. So Ricky Kidd still on the mound. Grant Norris, the shortstop, at the plate, 0 for 3 so far in this one. Cesari at third, and now Gurlitt at first. First pitch by Kidd outside of the zone for a ball, 1-0. Your score, 5-3. Michigan with the lead. However, there's 2 on for Penn State. That pitch just misses. 2-0.
And what you don't want to do against Grant Norris, a lot of power, you do not want to get behind him, especially 2-0.
That pitch misses the zone. 3-0. A lot at stake here in this game. A trip to the Big Ten semifinals as well as a day of rest for both teams. So here comes the next pitch. Kidd on the way. Swing and a miss from Grant Norris. 3-1 your count.
A great job by Kidd. 3-0. Not giving him a cookie to hit.
So here comes the 3-1 pitch from Ricky Kidd. In the dirt for ball 4, and now the bases are loaded for Penn State. With Molinaro now up for Penn State.
Looks like the infield's going to play back here.
And Molinaro has hit in his last 2 plate appearances, singled to center and doubled to right field.
So I apologize. The corners are in.
Yep, corners are in. Bases loaded situation. That pitch missed the zone, 1-0.
Kidd cannot find the zone right now.
Yep, the command's certainly an issue. Bullpen Looks all the more appealing for Coach Tracy Smith. Big spot for both teams. That is a rocket off the bat of Molinaro. That is gone. A grand slam for Penn State. And it could not have come in a bigger spot. We are now at a completely new game. 5-7, your score. And that just scraped over the wall in left center field. Molinaro now 3 for 4 on the day. And when it was a 2-run advantage in Michigan's favor, it is now all of a sudden a 2-run advantage for Penn State.
How quickly this one turned.
Man, how quickly has this game turned? I mean, multiple times.
In the top of the 8th, bases loaded. Michigan can't come through, and now base loaded Penn State. Grand slam.
So they will stick with Ricky Kidd here. Still no outs. That is ripped into second base by Tim Brook to make the easy out. That was Maloney for the first out of the inning. And boy, that was a clutch piece of hitting from Bryce Molinaro to completely change this game. Taven Kelly now up. That pitch nearly hits him. 1-0 your count. Man, that just sucks the life out of the Michigan fan base. That next pitch fouled back out of play. Man, Michigan fan base and the dugout as well, completely dejected. The pendulum of momentum that was in Michigan's hands has completely swung in Penn State's favor. Next pitch fouled down the third base line, out of play.
Yeah, just now the tough part for Ricky Kidd, after giving it up, he has to
just keep this thing at a 2-run.
Yeah.
Yep. Keep this thing at a 2-run deficit. And next pitch misses the zone. Breaking ball has not found the zone of late. 2-2 your count.
Yeah, and there's no one that feels worse than him, but
next pitch by Kidd. Finds Darnetti at short, who makes the hop throw. Not in time. And Kelly reaches base. That was going to be a great play from Darnetti. A tough play at that. The Jeter-esque jump throw from short. Fortunately, too late to throw. And I was about to say Dylan Cease is now up for the Nittany Lions, but that is Derek Cease, who replaced Kevin Michaels at second, hitting .444 on the season and limited appearances, 4 for 9, 1 RBI on the season. So Kidd will deliver. Misses the zone. Ball 1. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Grounded to Darnetti, who makes the throw to Voit. Misses the catch. Voit has to run to get that one back. Runners advance 1 base, and now both runners are in scoring position for the Nittany Lions. Runners at second and third. Still 1 out. And that, I believe that was the right play from Darnetti. Would have been a double play chance, but the way He was going away from the second base bag. He wouldn't have had a play at second, so he delegated to first. I'm not sure if the throw was errant or if Voit just missed it. So Tracy Smith will come out of the dugout, and I'm sure this will be a pitching change.
Yeah, just a tough play there from Nittany. Voit can't get the pick.
Man, just an unfortunate sequence of events for Kidd, who before this inning of work had a phenomenal appearance out of the pen, and I'm sure that's more than most, if not the entire coaching staff, expected out of him. But nonetheless, his day is done. Brandon Mann will come out of the bullpen and look to finish this inning, keep things at a 2-run margin. Another optimistic thing to look at for the Wolverines. 3-4-5 due up next.
Yeah.
And however, that switch from Colin Priest to Jack Council looks all the more impactful. You can't put Priest back in the lineup, and I'm not sure if Council's bat is effective enough in this spot in particular for the Wolverines to claw back at this deficit.
And Brandon Mann, the sophomore, 18 1/3 innings pitched. He's got an ERA of 3.93 on the season. So pretty good, although he has walked 18 in the in his time. So that's one concern if you are Michigan, but 3.3 on ERA is very, very good.
It is an effective bullpen piece. Had his first start last week against Akron, where he pitched 4, only allowed 3 with no earned runs and 2 strikeouts and no walks as well. Brandon Mann, the only player on this team to play on the football team as well. Backup tight end. I believe he did not get much playing time in the spring game. I was fortunate enough to call that one. There was a myriad of tight ends that got some playing time in that one. But I don't recall if he played in that one. But he gets the nod in a big spot, looking to keep this at a 2-run Penn State lead as we head into the 9th. And the crucial thing, if things stay status quo, Penn State will not need the bottom of the 9th. So Brandon Mann will face the top of the Penn State order. Joe Jakonski will step in first against Brandon Mann. First pitch in the zone for a strike.
A good start. Wolverines need a ground ball to someone or a pop-up or a strikeout.
Just as fortunes turn for Michigan, full moon pops up right behind the batter's eye. Whether that's luck for Penn State or for Michigan, we will see. That next pitch misses the zone. 1-1 your count with 1 out. Infield playing in. Don't want anything to get past him. That pitch in the dirt, lucky to be corralled by Rogers. Count now 2-1. Next pitch. In the zone. 2-2 your count.
Great pitch. Starts outside, moves inside.
Two pitch. On its way. That is popped up high in the left field. Velasquez moving in. Makes the play. There will be no runners. Everyone stays put for the Nittany Lions. And that's a big second out for Brandon Mann and the Wolverines.
Couldn't have drawn up any better for the Wolverines pop-up. At third, Kelly fake going home just to force a throw, but no chance he was going to go home.
So
there.
Brandon Mann 1 out away from ending this inning. However, he does have the most challenging task ahead of him with JT Marr at the plate. First pitch outside, 1-0. JT Marr had a RBI double in the 5th in a 1-for-3 performance, walked in his first plate appearance. So here comes the 1-0 pitch, fouled into the Penn State dugout.
They got the two most dangerous hitters, Marr and Siri.
Pitch again, fouled back. Count now in Mann's favor, 1-2.
Tough to strike out JT Marr. He can battle.
One of the best hitters in the Big Ten. Now up in a big spot. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. He hits that into center field for a base hit. That will score. Kelly from third. The runner from second will score, and now it is a 5-9 ball game. Penn State. And that is Derek Cease who scored as well. Big hitting from JT Marr. Again, one of the best hitters in the Big Ten. Comes up big and expands the deficit, makes a potential Michigan comeback all the more difficult. Your score now, 9-5 Penn State, and Adam Sasiri now up with a runner on first. Again, Sasiri, 3 for 3 on the day with a walk, 2 singles, and a double. 1 RBI, 1 run scored.
JT Marr hitting .423 for reason. 2 strikes, no problem. Just laces one in to center field.
So here comes the pitch. Outside, count 1-1. First pitch was fouled. Talk about just a gut-wrenching inning for the Wolverines. Next pitch finds the zone for a strike, 1-2. Still 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Man deals. Mishandled by Rogers, who fires to second, and JT Marr will advance into scoring position and stands on second.
Still important to keep this at 4 runs. Penn State does not have does not have an infallible bullpen. They can be beat.
So Mann will deliver. That is rifled. Darnetti will make the play on that one, and that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. Mann had to dive out of the way of that one. Nearly got plunked. Nonetheless, the side is retired after Penn State scored 6, and that is just a gut-wrenching inning. If you're a Michigan fan here in Omaha, listening here on WCBN or player on the field, that's heartbreaking. So now Michigan has a tall task. Need 4 to tie and force this into a potential bottom of the 9th. Potential extra innings. 5 runs to win. But the Wolverines due up next. Rustich first. Council For the cleanup hitter due up next, it is Joe Longo on deck, actually warming up next to Rustich, and then Mitch Voit. And that Colin Priest substitution looks all the more important now.
Yeah. And 3, 4, 5, they're going to have at least 4 come to the plate to tie this one. So the most important thing is to obviously to just get on base.
Right.
And when you're on base, the name of the game is do not take many risks.
Right. I mean, if you're Rustich, if you're Longo, if you're Voit, you're not going to win the game on one swing of the bat.
Yeah, no.
You're not going to take the lead. Just get something, start something, get some momentum going. Let the rest of the team do the work. So if the 3 due up first do in fact reach base, it's Timbrook with the game tying run. First pitch finds the strike zone for Marash. So Timbrook would be the game tying run and Caruso would be the go ahead. Russell takes a big whiff at that one. He's quickly down 0-2, way ahead of that one, that breaking ball. Next pitch, just misses the zone for a ball. 1-2, your count.
Rustich started the rally last inning.
Big swing and a miss from Rustich, and that is a big first out for the Nittany Lions and Marash on the mound.
Yeah, great off-speed pitch.
And for Rustich, 0 for 4 in this game. Joe Longo will stand in as the cleanup hitter, replacing Council, who pinch ran for Colin Priest. Joe Longo, within his own right, a great player. 273 average, 3 home runs, 15 RBIs. First pitch fouled back out of play. 0-1 your count.
Joe Longo, depth outfielder, but finds himself in a big spot here.
Big swing and a miss from Longo. 0-2. The Wolverines aggressive, and Marash aggressive in the zone. Next pitch by Marash. Belted into right field for a base hit, and Joe Longo comes across with a pinch hit single. And Mitch Voit, who came up big, has the opportunity to extend this potential offensive burst from the Wolverines. Came up huge in his last at bat with a 3-run shot to left field for one of 3 go-ahead home runs seen in this game. So he comes up in a big spot with Longo on first. First pitch, misses the zone, ball 1.
Mitch Voit has had some of the Wolverines' best at-bats of these 2 games so far.
First pitch, or next pitch, finds the zone, 1-1. Count now even. Again, Joe Longo on first. Big swing from Mitch Voit, and he's quickly down 0-2. Nasty breaking ball from Marash on the mound.
Matt Morris has made some Wolverines make bad swings.
That pitch fouled back. That is the closest foul ball we've had all tournament long. So Battery will quickly meet to discuss something. That was a quick meeting. Maloney will retreat back behind the plate. So the count now 1-2 with one out here in the top of the ninth. Longo on first, Voit at the plate. Here comes the pitch. Outside, 2-2 count. The 2-2 pitch is on its way. That is belted into left field. That will be caught by Marsh. And Michigan down to their final out. Solid contact from Voit, but unfortunately straight to Bobby Marsh in left. And Timbrook is Michigan's last chance to extend this offensive burst with Longo on first. Comes first pitch. Misses. Ball one. Timbrook hitting .294. Still team lead in average. Michigan's best contact hitter all season long. Takes a big whiff at that one. 1-1.
To have any chance, Michigan's going to need to find a way to get Will Rogers, who is in the hole, get him to the plate.
Right. Crusoe on deck. Rogers in the hole. Pitch in the dirt. 2-1. Comes the 2-1 pitch. 2-2 your count now, and the Wolverines down to their final strike. Sasiri hyping up the crowd from right field. Marash ready, delivers, Longo goes, finds the strike zone, called strike 3 for Mac Timbrook, and Penn State has secured themselves a spot in the Big Ten semifinals, and they secure an off day. The 8-seeded Penn State have defied all odds and have secured themselves a semifinal spot and will play the winner of Michigan, Illinois on Saturday at 1 o'clock. However, for the Michigan Wolverines, the 4-seeded Wolverines will face the 1-seeded Illinois Illini in an elimination game tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Me and Coby will be on the call for that one, and that is an important game. Facing elimination, both teams and Penn State are the first 8 seed to start 2-0 in this tournament since 2016. So an historic run for Penn State, and an historic 6-run 8th inning to put this one away for them. Both teams showed great fight. I mean, this game changed about 3 or 4 times. Wolverines unfortunately fall short, and they face elimination tomorrow against Illinois.
Yeah, just a really, really tough one. Just the swings of emotion in that 8th inning,
man,
from jubilation to devastation. And Penn State was resilient after giving up what they thought was the heartbreaker. They come and deliver their own heartbreaker.
I mean, it just heartbreak. Exactly, that's the best way to put it. Just a heartbreaker for the Wolverines. Had some heroics from Mitch Voit, that clutch 3-run home run to go ahead 5-3, but grand slam by Malerno to go ahead in the 8th. Put this thing away. And how about Jack Henline as well? Had some fantastic stuff starting in this one, and Marash as well shut down the Wolverine lineup to close this one out. So again, it's a tough loss in the books for the Wolverines. For myself, TJ Fossmeyer, Coby, Segal alongside me, we will see you tomorrow night in an elimination game against Illinois at 7 o'clock. And we will have coverage of that one. So we will end this, as we always do, with a good night and a Go Blue.